Oh, Spetsnaz right there.
Everyone out in the snow.
Yeah. It's cold outside. Odds are this video is going up late, and it's going up late because I've just had to finish a tutorial poster on HPV, the virus, the vaccine, all the rest of it. This means I only have 1 hour to edit it, put it together, do all this, upload it for you to watch. So hopefully I'll get it done, but I might not. Still, I will do my best to sort it out. And this week I think I will talk about something biology related, because I have an hour, and in an hour I can talk about something biology related and put this video together. And I'm going to talk about a specific tree, and it's a tree called a strangler fig. Its Latin name, if you want it, is Ficus watkinsiana. It's ficus because it is a fig tree, and watkinsiana is named after George Watkins, who in the 19th and early 20th century was a plant collector. So first of all, you need to know some terms. Two terms. Term number one is epiphyte. An epiphyte is a plant that grows on another plant or on a rock, or just generally not in the soil. The second term is hemiepiphyte. Hemiepiphyte is a plant that starts life as an epiphyte, growing on rocks or boulders or in trees, and then slowly grows roots down towards the ground. So it starts life not in the ground and it ends life with roots sort of in the soil. The strangler fig, Ficus watkinsiana, is a hemiepiphyte. It starts life high in the branches of the trees and slowly grows roots downwards, and these roots grow down in a process called positive geotropism. The roots grow down and they grow around the host tree, so the host tree becomes entangled with all these big roots, and these roots can sort of bind together when they hit each other. Not bind, they fuse together to form sort of like a big network around the plant. Eventually these roots get to the very bottom, they hit the soil, and that allows the strangler fig to absorb water, not from where it's sort of positioned up and high in a different tree, but from the soil. And as soon as it can do that, it can also start to grow upwards really quickly as well, because it can photosynthesize better because it has better access to water being necessary for photosynthesis. However, the problem is it's competing with the host tree, because the host tree is already really big and has a dense network of roots and is going to be very difficult to beat towards the sunlight, because obviously the taller one's going to mask out the shorter one and get all the sunlight. So Ficus watkinsiana needs to grow very, very tall very, very quickly, and it does this by essentially just killing off the host tree. One of the most effective ways is to tighten the network of roots that's already around the host tree and sort of crush and squeeze in on the host tree. And what this does is girdles the host tree. Girdling is a process where you sort of cut a ring of bark around the circumference of a tree to stop growth, and this works by cutting things called phloem. In a plant, this is sort of necessary to know, well, for this video anyway, there are two kinds of vessels. Just like we have blood vessels, only plants don't have blood. So one sort of vessel, called xylem, transports water from the roots up to the top of the plant, and another series of vessels called phloem sends sugars, made in the leaves by photosynthesis, down between the leaves and the roots. By girdling, you're cutting the phloem, and you cut off all the sugar supply and all the carbohydrates that are needed by the roots. Obviously the host tree is now going to die because its roots can't absorb water, because the root cells are dying, and they're dying because they cannot respire anymore. Respiration obviously requires sugars and carbohydrates made by the leaves, and this lets the strangler fig grow taller and taller and capture the majority of the light and photosynthesize. Over time the host tree is going to wither away, and it's going to be dead, and it's going to rot and all the rest of it, and what you're left with is sort of like a hollow trunk made out of roots. So now the fig tree's got its reputation as this awful killer of other plants, but it does more than just kill the plants. As well as killing its host tree to sort of further its own development, it's also responsible for making tons and tons of food for hundreds of thousands of insects, birds, small mammals, everything in the form of the figs that it produces, and it also provides protection, habitat and shelter for lots of different species in the forest as well. So that is Ficus watkinsiana in a nutshell. It starts life as a seed high in the trees, it sends roots down, it kills its host tree by girdling and cutting off the phloem so sugars can't get to the roots, and then grows taller, photosynthesizes, makes fruit, and supports an entire, well, it doesn't support an entire ecosystem, but supports a lot of aspects of an ecosystem. Hopefully you'll agree this is interesting, because I find it interesting. Then again, I would, because it's my degree course, but it shows that not all plants are boring and start life as a seed in the ground and grow up and die. There is a lot more to it. So you will see me next Thursday, hopefully, probably talking about other plants. Might talk about the pitcher plant, might talk about something else entirely. Probably biology related, because it's something I actually know about for once.